Johnny Trey back with G Squared. We're loading up some AR magazines. We picked up a new one for the channel. We got the Ruger AR-156223, and this one is, you know, a step up from their base model. So their base model doesn't come equipped with the rail, the pick rail going the full length of the AR. Now, the reason that I did get that one is because I recently sold an AR pistol, as a matter of fact, that I had equipped this O-Light for. And something about, you know, when you buy a pistol and it has a mount for a reflex, you want to be able to put a reflex on it, right? Well, when you buy an accessory for an AR and you end up selling that AR, and maybe, you know, because people don't really want to buy extra accessories unless it's something that they want, and that's, you know, a super niche market. Well, I kept my light, and it was just sitting in my safe, driving me up the wall, like driving me crazy. Every time I'd open my safe, I'd see it. I didn't have anything to put it on, because it's not like you can just fit it on a regular 1913 pick rail. And, you know, honestly, it kind of bugged me. So I tried to switch that up. I tried to go pick up a AR that would fit it, that would work with it. And this just so happened to be the cheapest one that I could find that came equipped with the rail, and I wouldn't have to buy an aftermarket rail and do a lot of work to it myself, which I didn't want to do that. Now, it did not come with these flip up Magpul sights. I did have to get those extra, but I got a decent deal on the firearm. I hadn't planned to get a decent deal. Like, I didn't see the deal and I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta go pick this baby up. And I'll get into a little bit more of that in the tabletop video that I do on this, the nitty gritty of this firearm. But needless to say, I got a good deal. And we also have a 45 ACP in the AR drag, so that's always a good thing, I guess. Probably should have used it earlier. But so essentially the light, you know, that I was just talking about, and we'll get to shooting. I'm just trying to load these babies up as quick as possible for you guys. But the Odin Mini, the O-Light, is what I got. It has a pressure pad. It's a decent light. I mean, I've definitely seen better lights, but O-Light seems to make some of the cheapest, most affordable tactical lights on the market as of the moment. And, you know, they may not have the best customer service, at least they didn't whenever I purchased this, but I'm not knocking them because they do make decent products. Gene got me a light for work, and I love it. I mean, it's rechargeable. You don't have to keep going to Dollar General and getting your, you know, AA batteries that last you a couple days, and then you know, you're out and you're up the creek without a paddle, so to speak. So without, you know, further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into sliding some, what do they call them, Gene? Freedom seeds? Is that what all the cool kids are saying nowadays?
That's right.
We're going to sling some freedom seeds down range. I'm going to let Gene get behind the baby, get behind the wheel of this old girl, and really just kind of test it out. I mean, I'm curious to see how it performs. I did take it apart. I did oil it really well before I brought it out to the range. What's that?
Is this one full?
It felt full. My hands might be starting to cramp up. You know how it is. I just get real tired. But no, I really like the overall look of this pistol. AR. Hands are cramping up, boys. But we're gonna sling some down range, see how she does. I also like the fact that you can really get a good purchase on it. I like to, you know, I tried to mount my pressure pad where I thought that I would like it. So let's flip these sights up. Real quick, easy flip up with Magpul sights. Another reason that I went with them for my sight selection. I could have gone, I think there was a different option. Ruger made a set of sights or something that I could have got, but I just didn't really want that. So if it looks oiled up, it's because it is. Got it in fire. We're just gonna sling a couple rounds. That is some dirty ammunition. I'm not gonna lie, being a lefty sucks. Yeah, real filthy. I really like I don't like the trigger, but I think I'm comparing it to that Wilson Combat that I had. I'm gonna let Gene get behind the wheel of this old girl, but maybe give me your thought and opinion on the trigger.
I mean, it sounded like I could audibly hear in the video. I could audibly hear the reset. Now that doesn't mean it's great. You know, it's kind of like with yeah, I used to say if you compare everything to a Glock trigger, then you're going to be disappointed. I used to say that, but then we were introduced to the Canic brand, and now I compare every trigger to that, or maybe a Walther P99 or something. And so with the Saint, our pistol and our full-size AR-15, the trigger is phenomenal. And you know, I haven't had every AR-15 there is to have, but if the triggers are better on other AR-15s than they are on the Saint, then you know it gets to where you start comparing everything to that, you know. And so if you're comparing it to the best one out there, or what you believe to be the best one out there, you're probably going to be disappointed by all triggers. Again, it's an AR-15. Honestly, there's nothing real special about it necessarily. I do like the fact that they put this, you know, this pistol grip on here with the extended beaver tail. I'm generally not a fan of that. I think they call it an A1 style grip or something, where it just stops right here. I do like this beaver tail, and I like when it's nice and flush. Of course, you have your forward assist and your deflector, and it came with did it come with the flip up sights, or did you have to put
I had to buy those, yeah.
Okay, so you know, again, it is a Ruger stock. It's got Ruger branding on it. It is adjustable, so you know, of course, that's pretty much standard. You would expect that. I'm not a fan necessarily of this type of stock with this freaking cheese grater on the back here. So if you shot it a lot, you probably would have a rough spot on your shoulder because of that reel. So not because of the recoil, but just because of that rub. It's got a real sandpaper like rub. So I'm a fan of, you know, AR-15s with full, well, it's not completely a full length handrail, but it's about, you know, right close to 3/4 inch handrail. I'm not a fan of those you know, plastic hand guards. I'm just, I could do without those. I just think it makes it look ugly. Although I do like a full length or a 3/4 length hand guard that may have an iron sight on there. So anyway, like I said, I haven't shot this gun. I am putting a Twisted Tea Smackdown magazine in here, so I guess the Ruger better give us a Smackdown to live up to the Twisted Tea name, you know what I'm saying? And you see that big white thing out there in the distance. You probably can't see it on the camera, but I'm definitely going to hit that. I would say that's about 150 yards away.
That's a fair assessment.
It's going to be hit, you know, for sure. The dirt coming up like you do, so maybe I won't hit it. So, good grief, man, it does have oil all over it. But,
Well,
I would say that the trigger, once you get used to the reset, it's actually not that bad. It did feel a little bit gritty, but some of the grit felt like it was working its out of it. It's just maybe it's just me, but the trigger got better, better with time, better with more shots. So, you know, here's the thing I tell people when they ask what is the best this to buy or that to buy. You know, there's certain brands of guns that you just can't go wrong with. Smith & Wesson, Ruger. I mean, Ruger would be one of them. I don't know that I've ever had a poorly malfunctioning Ruger pistol, firearm, rifle, anything. They've all been great. They've all ran well. I don't necessarily like the aesthetics of most Ruger pistols, but again, you can't go wrong with Ruger. I've always been a fan of a Ruger AR-15. I think Trey knew that. It's kind of why he wanted to buy it, I think. But whatever. The Saint is better.
It is.
Anyway, we don't have a whole lot of ammo to waste. The stuff is stupid, crazy expensive right now. Hopefully we can come back, follow it up later. Lord willing, that's what'll happen. But until then, I hope you enjoyed what you did see and what we have talked about. And I'm sure all of the other integral parts of it Trey's already addressed on the tabletop. So just, if you like the video, help us out. Hit the subscribe button for us, and make sure you sub up and like the video. Thank you.